Welcome back to the channel. This is Holden from Classroom Camp, and this is my review of the Visual Life Visual Timer. This timer functions as a clock, an alarm clock, a countdown timer, and also a stopwatch. You can find this timer on Amazon for just under $40. I was lucky enough to find this at a local warehouse shop, and they had it on sale for $5. So this was a steal of a deal for me. If you're interested in purchasing this timer, I'm going to put a link down in the description, and full disclosure, if you do purchase anything from Amazon through that link, I will get a commission here on this channel. That's a great way to support the channel. Obviously, you don't have to make any kind of purchase, but I would very much appreciate it, and thank you in advance. So let's talk about this timer and all of its features. As you can see here, this is the front display, and you can see the current time. Down in the bottom left, you can also see the alarm setting, so it's set for 12:25 a.m. and this little image here tells us that the alarm is set, and down here in the bottom right is the battery indicator. I'm looking at the camera here and it looks like the numbers are kind of flashing. I will just tell you that it doesn't look like that when you are just staring at it. I think that's just an effect of the video and the way it's showing up on the camera, so just ignore that. When you rotate it to the top, you see that there is a button. Now this is like a tactile type button, and it's only one button even though it has two sides. And what this button does is adjust the display, so if you click on it, you can see that it changes the brightness level, and there are three settings. On the left hand side, you can see one button, two switches, and then also a USB-C charging port. This button here is the alarm button, so if you click on that, it turns the alarm on and off. If you hold it down, it lets you set the alarm, which I'll show you in just a few moments. This is the sound button. You can turn it on and off, so this clicking that you hear here, you can actually turn it off so that there is no ding noise. And right here is the LED button. You can turn it on and off, and you can't see it right now. It only works for the stopwatch and countdown timer, which I'll show you in just a moment. On the right hand side, you have three buttons. This top button is a clear button, so whenever you are working with your timers, if you want to just clear the display and reset your timer, you can click that. This center button here, if you press down on it, it allows you to go into timing mode, and this button down here just adjusts some settings. So if you want to go on a 12-hour schedule or a 24-hour schedule, it allows you to adjust those settings. So let me show you how to set the alarm clock. The first thing that you need to do is click and hold down the clock button on the left-hand side. And when you do so, it will allow you to adjust the time settings. So on the right-hand side, you can use this revolving knob to adjust your time. You can go up and down, and once you go past 12, it changes to PM, so you can adjust your time like so. Once you're happy with the hour hand, you click this button in, and it switches to the minutes, and you can adjust the minutes. And when you're satisfied, you click once again, and your timer is set. Now let's take a look at the stopwatch and countdown timer. In order to engage these timing features, you need to press this right button on the right hand side. You click it in, and as you can see, it enters the stopwatch mode. And to begin the stopwatch, all you have to do is click it in once again, and as you can see, the stopwatch begins. If you want to pause, you will just click once again, and if you want to return to the clock, you will press the settings button. In order to set the countdown timer, we're going to follow the same steps as the stopwatch with some slight adjustments. So we'll open up the timer by clicking in this right button. Once we do, you can see that we have our timer, and if we roll this knob, we can adjust how long we want our timer to last. So if we want it to last, say, for a minute, we'll just leave it there. Click this button in again. The seconds begin to blink, and we can select how many seconds we want this to last. And then when we're satisfied with the timer, we click it once again. Once you're satisfied with the timer, you can begin the timer by clicking this button in once again. And one of the selling points for this timer is that it is a visual timer. And as you can see, it is lit green around the time. Now, this is going to eventually change to orange. and then it will change to red when the time is up. At this point, let's talk about the LED switch, because this LED switch over here on the side turns on these outer LEDs. And I'm just going to leave this here so you can see how this timer runs down, and I'll also turn on the volume so that you can see the beepy noise that it makes as the timer runs down. To stop the timer, all we have to do is just click any of these buttons on any of the sides and it will turn off. And if we want to go back to the main screen, we just click the settings button and it will return us to the main display. The reason I decided to purchase this timer is because I don't have one for my classroom, and my students are actually having standardized testing this upcoming week. The school provides us with those cheap cooking timers that you have to kind of wind up, and they're really loud, and I didn't want to use that, so I decided to go out of my way to find my own solution, and this is what I found. Now, the timer is a little small, and I will show you here. Here's just a comparison, and you can see that it does fit in the palm of my hand. However, I do plan on placing this at the front of my classroom. My idea is that even if students cannot see the time on the display, they will be able to see the colors, and this is just one way to help them manage their time as they take the assessments. If they're in the green, they'll see that they have plenty of time left. If they're in the orange, they'll see that they might need to speed it up a little bit, and when they're in the red, they'll see that they need to begin winding down. And honestly, I do have a much larger clock for students to look at in my classroom, and I will be announcing the time remaining at specific intervals. But either way, I'm satisfied with this purchase and think it's going to be a great multi-purpose tool I can use in my classroom for various activities. And that's it. This is the Visual Life Visual Timer. You can find this on Amazon, and once again, the link to this product is in the description. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this type of educational content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.